What's up, Xiaomi fans? Christian here. Welcome back to All About Me. Today, I'm gonna do something different. In line with Xiaomi's 10th anniversary, we're gonna grab a phone from the past. I'm talking about a phone released 2 years ago. The POCO F1 was actually my third Xiaomi phone. I got this phone way back in 2018 when this was labeled Flagship Killer. It was my main driver for gaming and taking photos, and I've been loving its performance. The hardware of this phone is awesome, and I believe it still is. It can still compete with some of the mid-range phones today, or probably beat some of the high-end models. It is plastic all over, aside from the glass on the top of the screen, and for a specific version, this is obviously a price-cutting measure. But many likes to put a case anyway, so if you're putting a case on your device anyway, plastic back does not matter. The POCO F1 has a dual speaker system that uses one downward-facing speaker and the earpiece as the second channel. It's not perfect, but it works, and the symmetry of the bottom side is nice. There are two grills on which one of the houses a mic and 3.5mm jack is present at the top. And the LCD panel is very nice in day-to-day use. Black obviously won't be truly black like on an AMOLED panel, but for an LCD this reaches very good levels of black. Contrast is good, sunlight legibility is decent, and the auto brightness system works very well for most lighting conditions. This is far from a bezel-less screen. There's a chin at the bottom, but at least it houses the notification LED, so it's not entirely useless from a user's facing perspective. The notch, on the other hand, is big. The POCO F1 has an IR sensor built in there to enable face recognition to work at night. And one of the key selling points for the POCO F1 is the performance. So Snapdragon 845 is under the hood, and you're obviously expecting the phone to be very fast, stutter free, and perform very well no matter what the task you throw into it. And you'd be right, that is exactly the case. The device is a joy to use because it's so fast, and I haven't seen any disturbing lags or stutters at all in my long-term evaluation of it. The fingerprint sensor on the back is one of the fastest I've ever used, and one of the most reliable. But let's reiterate, the F1 is really deserving of the implied analogy in its name. The way it performs should remind you of an F1 racing car, but it's also smoother than most Android handsets I've tested. And when you consider that it does all that with the price tag, the value proposition for someone primarily looking for a great performance becomes very hard to resist even today. Although it only has two camera lenses at the back, but it never disappoints you with its output. It takes stunning selfies with its 20 megapixel front camera. You'll be surprised with the quality of the photos with this 2-year-old phone. The POCO F1 is a phone that's easy to recommend. No questions in its performance and its camera, but you might think twice, or people might think twice because of its thick notch and also its plastic back. But for gamers and camera enthusiasts, this will still be a great choice even today. I'm actually pretty curious what you think. You can drop down your comments below. And again, happy 10th anniversary to Xiaomi. I'll see you guys around.